Hello, all of you. Here we begin with the highlights of budget 2022. We just came today on 1st of February. Now, if I discuss all the budget highlights, it would be too vast, sticking to our core area and my subject. That's what I teach, direct taxation. So leaving aside all the other highlights, I'm just discussing what are the proposals. The finance minister, she has presented this fourth budget and such a beautiful way in just 1.5 hour speech, that too with a tablet with not huge papers. It was a simple budget presentation in that whatever are the highlights related to direct taxes, that's what we are going to discuss now. This budget, once it is approved in both the houses of the parliament and by president, this will become Finance Act 2022, which is going to be applicable for financial year 22-23. Financial year or previous year 22-23 and assessment year 23-24. So this is very much, if I say from students' point of view, this is budget is very much relevant when you work in your internship, in your businesses, in your offices, in the corporate world. This is this is going to be applicable from 1st April 2022. But those, please be careful, those who are going to write exam in 22, May and November exams, the financial year applicable is 21-22. So that is like budget 21. Okay. For that, separate amendment classes and revision classes will be taken under the same channel. But you all requested, you wanted practical side knowledge, and here we begin with the budget highlights. I once again want to say these are only the highlights, very important ones related to direct taxes. Now, before I start, I want to say that there are no much amendments considering the salaried employee or the middle class business people, as there are no changes in the slab rates, the rebate, the surcharge rates already covered in other videos. If anyone wants to take those conceptual knowledge of what is slab rates and all, right? So the first thing I'm discussing right now here on the screen is introduction filing of updated tax return. Now listen, generally if we miss someone's birthday, we wish them belated birthday. Like that, the due date of filing the return is July 22. Okay, for different SSCs, different due dates are there. Suppose you miss the date, you can file your return till the end of the assessment year. Are you all with me? You can file your return till the end of the assessment year. Okay. So 1 year from the end of the previous year, 21-22 ka return, you can file by 31st March 23. Late return with some fees and interest and all. This is something like you can say amnesty scheme ke jaisa hai. They are saying that this updated return you can file within 3 years from the end of the relevant financial year. So for March 23, you can change and file your happy belated return till March 26. But the condition is this 3 years time is allowed for you to revise the return or file late return, not revise, sorry, late return. You can file up to March 23, provided income is increasing. You can't go for this updated tax return filing if there is reduction in the income or increase in the loss. So this is full-fledged on the side of government. Government is saying, okay, you feel something you have hidden, you have not disclosed, and now you want to file return and you want to show, then pay. You have to pay additional tax also, up to 25%, interest, fees, all. If you file your return 2 years from the end of the financial year, and 50% additional tax if you file your return in the 3rd year. Okay, this is, I told you, some kind of amnesty scheme only. You know, this is voluntary disclosure scheme. You disclose the scheme, your income, pay 45% tax. We will not ask you the source from where you have earned. So once again, updated or belated return or return which you have filed, you can revise it not for 1 year. Financial year khatam hone ke baad till 3 years. So March 23 ke baad till 26, 3 years time is there, provided you are increasing your income, you are paying additional tax. Of course, the interest and late fees and all should also be paid. The next is not exactly an amendment, but it is a clarification, litigation management. Let me tell you, I'm not reading word to word. There are, if suppose on issue A, there are some litigations which are already pending in the High Court or Supreme Court, then same issue, on the same issue, the SSE who has already filed a litigation in High Court and Supreme Court and it's pending, case is going on the same issue, same SSE cannot file for any other year, or other SSEs should also not file. See, A is already fighting for this issue and it is pending. For the same issue, B and C's appeal will not be accepted only. Then first let us decide the case for A. If it is exactly same, Supreme Court's decision becomes a law. So that will be applicable to B and C. Is this clear to all of you? An option has been provided to tax authorities to not file an appeal on question of law if the issue is already under consideration by High Court or Supreme Court in the case of same taxpayer or different taxpayer. See, appeal can be filed by anyone, the SSE or by the department. So when department knows that this is already there in appeal, same issue for other SSEs, at least they should not file. This will help to reduce the pending number of the cases. Got it? Right. And if you still feel you want to read this material, below this video, the link is given, download Concept Classes app, and in that left-hand side, 3 tabs are there. Free study material content, this PDF is available. You can download it from there and you can keep it for your reference. Rationalization of surcharge rate. Yes, this is the only amendment applicable for, you can say, individuals and all. Listen carefully. Long-term capital gain on listed shares up to 1 lakh was exempt. Beyond that, it is taxable at 10%. Okay. Now, whatever tax you pay on that, you have to pay surcharge. Surcharge rates has its own slab. 10%, 15%, 25%, 37% तक surcharge लगता है. Tax you have to pay on income. Surcharge you have to pay on tax. And on tax plus surcharge you have to pay ESS. So now long-term capital gain on listed shares, the cutoff was highest surcharge rate would be 15%. 25 and 37 is not applicable. Budget 22 is proposing all the long-term capital gain, unlisted shares, debt, fund, any long-term capital gain. If you are having any long-term capital gain, then surcharge rate maximum applicable is only 15%. Even if your income exceeds 5 crore, surcharge enhanced 37% and 25% are not applicable. Read it. Maximum surcharge applicable for long-term capital gain on all the assets, unlisted debentures, debt-oriented mutual fund, other properties, jewelry, all. This is now proposed to be brought at par, being 15%. This would primarily give a boost to promoters and investors who are looking for investment in unlisted shares. Now you get, see, tax rate is different. On listed shares, the tax rate is 10% and 1 lakh is exempt. On other long-term capital gain, the tax rate is 20%. So tax rate is same. Only surcharge rate, highest cap put up is 15%. So 50 lakh to 1 crore ke beech mein, if you have income, then your surcharge rate is 10%. Above 1 crore to any limit, surcharge rate is going to be only 15%, 25%, 37%. Highest surcharge rates are not applicable. Now, to understand these budget highlights, you need to understand what are all the slab rates, what are all the surcharge rates, what is the concept of surcharge, what is the concept of rebate. For that, just click on the playlist taxation concept and you can see all the videos. Right. Next is the most welcoming measure for the new startups and manufacturing companies. Yeah. Since the pandemic, the government is encouraging lot of concept of Atmanirbhar Bharat. We want ki, in India only we should manufacture all the parts and technical things for which we were importing earlier. So for all the startups and manufacturing company, 1 more year is extended. Instead of March 22, now by March 23, okay, the new company should incorporate and they should commence the manufacturing before March 24. Earlier this was 22, limit was 22, but budget 22 is saying, considering we all know around us, it's more than 2 years, but the pandemic has not gone completely. So considering that, for the manufacturing company and startup, they can incorporate the company in 22 and 23. And before March 24, they should start the commercial production. So 1 year limit is extended. In order to promote the initiative of Atmanirbhar Bharat, government reduced tax rate of 15% for the startup with a, with a condition to commence manufacturing before 23. Considering pandemic, the date of incorporation is extended to 23 and commencement of manufacturing 24. And they have to pay a concessional rate of income tax, even though like company should pay flat rate of tax 30%. Here, tax rate for them would be only 15%, subject to conditions. Next one is little harsh measure, you can see. Until now, what was happening, that when we hold more than 26% share in the overseas investments, more than 26% share we are holding, then whatever dividends we were getting, they were taxable at 15%. But now we all know from the last budget 21, all the dividend received by Indian companies are also taxable. The concept of DDT and all is gone. So considering that, now they said that concessional rate of tax of 15% is not going to be applicable. Let us read it, it will be clear. Dividend received by Indian corporate from their overseas subsidiaries, where they hold more than 26% share in a foreign company or subsidiary. Earlier, those dividends, when received by Indian company, subsidiary, if you are holding the shares, you will receive the dividend. At 15% they were taxable. With a change in the dividend tax regime last year only, April 20, where now all the dividend is taxable in the hands of the shareholder, government now proposes that dividend from overseas subsidiaries would also be taxed at routine corporate rate and not concessional rate. Routine corporate rate applicable may be 22%, 25%, 30%, depending on which type of company you are. But routine dividend will be taxable at routine tax rate for company. You can't say that it's your subsidiary and from overseas subsidiaries you are getting dividend. It should be taxable at 15% only till 31st March 22. Bye-bye. Next 22-23 year, this provision is now. So, this is like little discouraging. that now foreign income we would not like to bring it to India in the form of dividend because यहाँ तो पूरा tax लगेगा, right? Next, as I said, it's not an amendment, but it's an clarification that e-cess is a part of the tax. Tax plus surcharge plus e-cess, and they are not allowed as expense. कहीं भी नहीं. Business head nahi. Business people can't say, I am earning 130, so I am paying income tax. Income tax, including surcharge and education cess, is not allowed as expense. And this they have made retrospective effect to put a full stop to all those cases who are pending in Supreme Court. The Finance Act now proposes to respectively insert an explanation in the provision to clarify that tax includes surcharge and e-cess. Almost more than 50% direct provisions are over. Any doubt still, if you have any conflict, if you have in your mind related to the terms, welcome. Comment below the video, I'll surely explain. And if you really feel I have done a lot of effort to collect all this content, study it thoroughly, and then bring it to all of you, so that where you work, so many of the students are working also right now. So they can't say, ma'am, abhi to exam mein applicable nahi hai, agle saal sekhenge. For practical side, you should know the budget which is going to be applicable from 1st April. And for exam, it's budget 21. So if you really feel that this explanation and these precise notes are helpful, do share this video with at least 5 of the people whom you know, and it will be beneficial to them in the form of ekdam layman, simple language and simple content I'm discussing. There is Gati scheme and drone scheme from farmers and so many things. I'm not discussing all that, right? Continuing, no losses can be set off against undisclosed income. Super. If there is a search rate survey at your place and undisclosed income, investment, rupees, undisclosed kuch bhi, if they have recovered, unearthed money and all, I hope you all know it's already taxable at 78%, 60% tax and then surcharge and cess. But in that you cannot set off any earlier. Okay, sir, this is my 1 crore money and this is black money, I hide it. I am ready to pay tax on 1 crore. But sir, in my business, I am having 70 lakhs loss. White mein, legal loss. Can I set off that? Answer is no. Look at this. The undisclosed income, budget 22 has clarified that no set off of undisclosed income detected during search and survey would be allowed for any losses, whatever it may be, your business loss or anything. You can't say, okay, sir, I have earned 1 crore black money, I didn't show, I'm ready to pay tax, but sir, I have earned 1 crore rupees in the last 5 years. Give me 5 basic exemptions, 2,50,000, no. Set off of losses, no. Expenditure, no. Flat tax you have to pay. Now, TDS on business promotion payouts. You know, business related promotional payment, you give it to agent. So you have to deduct TDS in 194C, sometimes 194H. If these business promotions limit exceeds 20,000 in a year. I want to repeat, budget is saying that if aggregate value of the benefits in the form of business promotion payout, you know, sometimes we get the promotion from the company and we give it to our agents. So whatever it may be, if you are giving promotion payouts in the form of advertisement, commission, anyhow to your agents, then if it is above 20,000 TDS, rates and all definitely we'll discuss. This is just the proposal right now. So I'm discussing. This is a wide topic introduced now. Before the budget speech only, 1 week before also, Nirmala Sitharaman, she talked about the cryptocurrency and Bitcoin and all this. Yes? So now, budget 22 says VDA, you should know, virtual digital asset. Separately, just read now. I can't start that extra explanation. This is just for budget highlights. What is cryptocurrency, what is Bitcoin and Litecoin and other type of are there. But these virtual currency is now going to be taxable at flat 30%. Whatever income you get, expenditure is allowed, but nothing else. I want to read word to word, and this is one of the very important highlights. The tax regime for digital assets appears to be harsh as it provides taxing now digital assets at flat 30% without any classification of short term or long term. Flat 30%. Ma'am, I just purchased this Bitcoin 3 months back and all no. Whenever you sell, not allowing any deduction or set off except for cost of acquisition. Cost of acquisition minus sale consideration 200. Cost of acquisition 150. 50 rupees profit you have got, pay 30% tax. No indexation, no nothing. Cost will be allowed. No losses in respect of this is allowed to be carried forward. Sir, I purchased the Bitcoin in 48,000 and I sold it in 45. There's 3,000 loss. Can I carry it forward? No. Isn't it lopsided? Isn't it? That's why I said it's been too harsh. Profit is taxed at 30% and losses are not allowed to be carried forward. Even gifting of this digital asset will be taxed in the hands of recipient. If I gift Bitcoin to my son or to anyone, then whatever is the market value will become taxable as a transfer for him. And TDS is also added. TDS 1%, 2% rehta hai on the transaction. But by way of TDS, my PAN card, your PAN card. So the whole transaction comes in the eyes of law. Yes or no? I sold you a property to you for 60 lakhs. 1% TDS we have to pay to government. Got it? So now to ensure compliance, 1% on transfer of the VDA is also to be levied beyond the monetary limit. That clarification will come up. Beyond the limit, if I am transferring digital currency, cryptocurrency to you, whatever is the sale consideration, I will deduct TDS and pay to government. I mean, say you will deduct, the buyer will deduct TDS and pay to the government. And baki to sab lagega, tax to lagega. Shall I say the gist again? VDA is going to be taxable from financial year 22-23. Sale consideration minus cost taxes flat 30%. No other losses set off. Other losses cannot be set off here. Ma'am, share mein loss hai. Can I set off? No. Right? And can you carry forward these losses? No. Gifting is also taxable. And beyond the limit, when I transfer, 1% TDS is to be deducted. When I transfer to you, you will pay me sale consideration of the VDA, 1% TDS cut check. You want me to read word to word or all clear now? Right. Rationalization of surcharge rates for the capital gain. This I already told you. I read it earlier, but आपको already बता दिया कि maximum surcharge applicable for all the assets will now be 15%. Yeah. There's a small amendment now for state government employees. Listen, all of you. National Pension Scheme, NPS, is applicable for all. Even private people can invest up to 50,000 in the National Pension Scheme. But central government employees ke liye, employer can contribute up to 14% of the salary, basic and DA. Listen, basic and DA of the salary ka 14% employer can contribute in the National Pension Scheme. This was applicable for central government. For state government and others, it was restricted to 10%. Now, it's a welcome measure that state government employees ke liye bhi government can contribute 14% of basic and DA of their salary. They can contribute and it will be allowed. Beyond that, it will be taxable. I want to repeat. In par with central government, state government employees ke liye bhi employer, that is the government, can contribute up to 14%. Okay, right. I hope you all know from last year, instead of normal slab rates, you can pay the tax as per alternative minimum tax. Other than companies, individuals and HUFs and AOP, BOI, cooperative society. So alternative minimum tax for the cooperative society has been reduced from 18.5% to 15%. It's proposed. And even the surcharge rate is reduced from 12% to 7%. Okay, right. So here we complete with all the major amendments of direct taxes. Like more data I have come up with is like more than 1,50,000 post office are there, which are going to go under core banking solutions. So your money from post office to your bank account, from your bank account to your post office, RD schemes and all transfers can be done. Post offices are going to be digitalized. And special economic zones, every state is having, they are going to take the help of the state and other companies, and they are going to develop a lot of things for the purpose. Special economic zone is basically to give benefit and support for exports. But now every state government is going to get involved in that for betterment. And because of the cryptocurrency ko to taxable kar diya 30%. This is just a talk that the finance minister said that we will soon introduce digital currency. We will also introduce with the help of blockchain technology, right? So these are the highlights of the budget. No comments that this is very good or not. But one thing, some areas I felt are totally ignored, like the slab rates, the rebate, the surcharge, ATC and all those deductions. Those all the limits are same. Mediclaim, at least they could have given some more relief considering the COVID and all. COVID related, I missed presenting here, but one more very important amendment related to COVID is COVID related any payment comes to the employee from the employer or from anywhere up to 10 lakh rupees if you get reimbursement if there is a death in the family due to COVID and the money comes up to 10 lakh rupees, there is no tax on that. Okay. If anything is missed out, you add on. If you liked my way of explanation, if you followed it, do comment below. Would be glad to come up with more such updated videos for you all. Thank you so much for watching the video till end. All the best to all of you. This PDF, as I said, below the screen in the description, link is available of Concept Classes app. There you can download this PDF in the free content and keep with you. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Signing off now. CA Dipti Chheda here. Bye-bye. So did you enjoy these conceptual learning? If yes, then below the video, the link is given for our Telegram group. You can join. For Concept Classes app, you can download. Lot of videos are there in the free content also, along with the PDF material. So whole chapter, you can download the material, you can watch all the videos in detail and do learning. Lot of theory questions, other PDFs are all included. Okay, right? So do connect with us with all the links below. If you have any query, you can write a mail and you can connect with us through the link, and would be more than glad to help you join our Concept Classes app community, waiting to welcome you all, right? Thank you so much. Wish you very all the best. And if you really like these kind of the concepts, hit the notification button, hit the like button so that you're notified next time when we are taking a lecture or we are uploading it in the YouTube. And do share this video with friends. Do comment below the video for any query also, any doubt also, and if you have really taken some value addition. I'm on a mission to help more than 10,000 students. I really want to help by putting lot of value addition with the way I have learned. These all subjects are interlinked: account, tax, costing, FM. And you will enjoy this interlinking knowledge. Wish you all the best. Thank you. Bye-bye.